Hi beloved you, how are you? It's Sophie from Angelic Energies, and I wanted to hop on because I've had a few people this week coming up to me wanting help for anxiety. I think it's such a big issue right now. A lot of people are feeling that, and I thought I might also throw in some tips to build your confidence as well. So let's just examine a bit about what anxiety is. Now, our mind, left to its own devices, really isn't set up to serve us. It's always looking for problems. It's that survival instinct in us. And, we've really got to learn to watch our mind and train it so that it doesn't go continually into the future and start worrying about the what ifs and trying to control everything. So how do we do that? There's so many different tips. There's something called EFT, which is very powerful, very helpful, emotional freedom technique, tapping. And you can look this up. There's different points that you work your way around, and just repeating. If you're having an issue, let's say it's feeling stressed. Okay. I think it starts with the forehead, and you can say to yourself, even though I am feeling stressed, I still totally and utterly and completely love myself. Even though I'm feeling stressed, I still completely and utterly and completely love myself. Even though I'm feeling stressed, I still completely and utterly love myself. And there's different points around your face, you can, and your hand as well, that you work around. So I highly recommend looking that up. Very, very effective. Now, what do you do if you're in a position where, you don't want to be that self-conscious of, you can't just walk around a supermarket tapping away, perhaps. Breathing techniques, number one. Really, because when you're getting anxious, what you'll notice is your breathing becomes very shallow, and what we're wanting to do is to take your breath down to the belly. Okay, so nice big deep belly breaths, because when you slow your breathing right down, when you get that full lung full of air, what you're doing is you're calming down that parasympathetic nervous system, that state where you when you're anxious, you kick into that fight or flight mode. So it's that nice deep breaths just calms all that down, okay? And it switches off that receptor in your brain that puts you into panic mode and starts raising that cortisol level and cutting off your metabolism so that you're ready to kind of charge out the way of danger. So yeah, breathing is nice. Breathing techniques, your number one best friend. There's so many different ways that you can do calming breathing techniques. Taking a longer exhale than an inhale, okay? So counting in through the count of 4 and counting out through the count of 6. And do that a few times, and you will just naturally start to simmer down and drop those anxiety levels. So really, I think it helps to recognize that, anxiety, as I said, it comes from focusing too much in the future and wondering and worrying about the ifs and how things are going to work out. realize that all your power is in this present moment. All your strength is right here, right now. And that is why practicing things like meditation and mindfulness is just so effective at dealing with anxiety, because you're training your mind to come out of projecting itself into the future and be fully present in the here and now. So anything you can do to really retrain your focus on being in this present moment, just switch on all your senses and really start to fully immerse yourself in what is going on right now. So say, for instance, you're doing the washing up, put your awareness on the warmth of the water, the bubbles that are happening, the texture of the plates and the forks, and just really be fully present, okay? Because that is going to stop your mind from wandering off and putting its thoughts where it's really not serving you. So yeah, anxiety, it can be deeply crippling. I know my brother, bless him, suffered from chronic anxiety due to alcoholism. And what we have to realize with alcohol is we think that it relaxes us. We think that it's making us able to cope better because we feel initially that state of relaxation, but we don't realize the effect that it's having on the brain long term. And it's actually shrinking the brain and causing these states of anxiety. And actually, any kind of substance abuse does that, because it's taking your trust away from yourself, that you're not actually fully in control of and aware of what's going on around you anymore. So you can't properly trust yourself. Yeah, so that's a big one to examine. And there is help out there for these things. Not nearly enough, I grant you. But I think having an awareness of just what's going on inside your body is the first step, and admitting that you need help is really important. So I wanted to give a few tips as well about confidence, and how you can show up more in this world. Because when we are put in situations that feel uncomfortable, our anxiety is going to go through the roof. I know when I was starting speaking, public speaking, it was really difficult. It's one of the number one stressful things you can put yourself through. And the way I overcame it was taking myself out of the equation. It's no longer about me. It's about the message that I have to share, and it's about the audience, and it's about what you need. Okay, so I reshifted my focus to not think about me and to think about you instead, and that helped enormously. And you can also think about it in terms of energy. Okay, so when you're feeling anxious, all your energy is focused on you. It's all your focus is on going inside of you energetically. If you want to have confidence, you have to send that energy outwards. Okay, so you have to project that energy outwards. And so your focus, as I said, it's not on you and what's going on inside of you. It's on whoever you're addressing. And it's on it's on them. Okay, so the energy is going out to them and you're keeping your focus on them. And it's a wonderful tip, actually, you know, for those awkward moments. I know, say if I'm at the school gates and I'm waiting for the kids and everyone's stood round and, you know, you feel a bit awkward as to who to speak to. You know, when you take your focus off yourself and you put it on other people, all of that disappears, you know, and you can be, when you interact with people, so it's not about you, it's about them, and being interested in them, sending that energy outwards. Yeah, it just dissolves everything, and yeah, and all the anxiety is gone. So some amazing tips there that will just make an incredible difference to you. Try them out. Let me know how you get on with the message in the comments, and if you've got any advice yourself on how you can get over anxiety, I'd love to hear it as well. So thank you, my loves. I hope you continue to sparkle, and sending you so much love. Bye for now.